Here's a quick look at Diana Rupp's fabulous new online sewing course, Sewing Studio.
So as I mentioned before, on the back of the pattern, you'll find sizing information. Now for something like a dress, we're going to be concerned about the hips and the bust. And usually for a skirt, you're only going to be concerned about the hips. Okay, it's just like Shakira said, hips don't lie, all right? So when we measure our body, we really want to be, a little bit loose. I'm going to talk about that, don't worry. But if you're in between sizes, always go with the bigger size. If you're in doubt, go larger. Now, you'll see here there's information about the pattern. There's a really nice description of it. And I'm going to pick it up and actually read it to you. So we have an above waist, loose fitting, unlined jacket. So they're giving you a lot of information in terms of the supplies that you're going to need. A left side zipper, gathered skirt. So that starts to clue you in on the techniques that you're going to need to know to successfully make this project. Right underneath that sort of narrative description are the notions that you need. So what the heck is a notion? A notion is everything that you need to make the project besides the fabric. So we're talking buttons, we're talking zippers, we're talking trim, the kind of fun stuff. Underneath the notions is the actual type of fabric that you need. And again, I really want to stress that if you want your dress to turn out super well, you want to stick to whatever they're requiring. Now when you go out to the fabric store, hopefully they'll have signage that tells you where the linens are or where the satin is. If not, definitely ask a salesperson to help you. It's very important. So below the fabric and notions, we have information about how much yardage. It's called a yardage block. It tells you how much fabric you need to make your project. Now be aware that fabric comes in different sizes. There are two main widths out there. There'll either be a 45-inch wide fabric, which is mostly cottons and kind of fancier things, and then there are 60-inch wide fabrics. And they're kind of more suitable for apparel because you can get more of your pattern pieces on a wider fabric than a narrower fabric. So I always say when you're shopping, if you have a choice between a narrow fabric and a wide fabric and you like them equally as well, go with the wider one because you'll be spending less money. It's kind of a nice trick. You'll need less yardage. So on here you'll see they have all the sizes, and then they give information for the jacket based on a 45-inch wide and a 60-inch wide in each size, how much fabric you'll need. So it's pretty straightforward. Now, they'll also give you information about how long things are and the length of the back, and these are really, specialized fitting things that as you become more expert at sewing, this information will really help you decide the fit that the project is going to have, whether or not it's going to work for your body or not. And at the very bottom here, I want you guys to take a look. There's a line drawing, and why you would want to look at that is you can start to get a sense of how the garment is constructed. It has a center back seam, it shows the zipper placement, and they give you a front and a back view. So you just have a lot of information here that will help you understand how the project is going to come together. Now, back on the front, usually you have either an illustration of the final project, and sometimes you get lucky and there's an illustration and a photograph. So that's the pattern envelope in a nutshell.
To learn more about Sewing Studio, click the link.